let's switch to the second question. And the question is, how are you managing the first and second wave of deferrals? And that's an interesting question. Start with Mike on that one. Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. So we tried to remain disciplined in our lending practices even pre this environment, and using those disciplined practices when the first wave came in, we were pretty confident in our positioning both from a collateral and credit perspective. So we were able to accommodate those requests as they came in, be it interest-only payments or deferrals or what have you from there. Second wave, so far there hasn't admittedly been any wave yet, but wouldn't be surprised if we see something coming on the horizon. And in that case, I think we will look at this one differently. We'll make sure to try to look at each situation for what it is, talk to each customer, and understand the situation from there to work out the situation that best benefits both parties. Robert, what's happened in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, so it's a similar story. We've been fortunate that we have not had many requests for deferrals on our aircraft segment of the portfolio. And those that have come in, they've really been an accommodation for our clients. So there's been there's been some, but little, risk review for that process. We just went ahead and processed them. Now, if there is a second wave and we have not experienced a second wave of new first deferral request, or B, those that we have already requested deferral want a second deferral, we haven't experienced that either. But if there is another wave of those that want a second deferral and they already have one, we'll take a look at the risk, the credit on those, and spend a little more time to really understand why they're asking for another deferment on top of what they've already been provided. So it's kind of a good news story for us. Now, this all can change as the pandemic continues to unfold. As we've seen, certain states have been opening, and now there's discussion around certain states or counties and cities going back to some more of the stay-at-home type of orders. So that may make a change, but so far we've had a good news story from that perspective for us.
Yeah, that sounds pretty much same with my experience so far outside the US. Is pragmatism is still sort of reigning supreme. Certainly, I haven't had any notes of people sort of managing lots of all hands on deck in terms of managing defaults and things like that. We have had some lenders have had quite a few deferral requests, restructurings, and they're basically working through those issues. But I think again, everyone has been relatively disciplined up until this point, and that's enabling them to kind of take a bit of slack in the system. And so yeah, that's really helping.
Yeah, we think of GBP as obviously the pound sterling, an acronym for pound sterling, but it also means the great big pause. And I think a lot of people are really just the deferral activity is kind of low.